Okay, so let's get into money. Money, we can't live without it. And the reason why is we humans have created this system of money for sustaining and supporting and fulfilling our needs, survival needs, as well as and things to enjoy life, things that make life better, like a hot cup of tea. I love tea. Love coffee too now. Thanks, menopause. Made a lot of changes in my life. Um, but there are things, art is a beautiful thing. I know that a lot of schools, when their budget is pinched, they start cutting out art, art classes and music classes. But these things, art and music are vital to our human health and our, well-being and whatnot. So those things are important, and having money to either create your own art or to buy art from somebody who's created it and it speaks to you, then you put it in your home and you look at it and you go, wow, and it speaks to you. It has a feeling of feeling good and happy and joy. So if it brings you joy, you're supposed to keep it. If it doesn't bring you joy, you're supposed to get rid of it. So I read this meme on Facebook. If I got rid of everything that did not bring me joy, all I'd have left is a bottle of wine, my coffee maker, and my dog on the side of the road. That was fun. Okay, let's get back to money. Yes, we can't live without it, but that's because we've created that system and we can work with it because it's just a manifestation of energy. All right. The reason why the reason why I'm saying that we humans are powerful manifestors, and we've created this system for a way of supporting ourselves, and it goes way, 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 way back. And I think if I remember right, it might have been okay, I know that the Knights Templar came up with a credit system, but if my memory serves me right, I believe they learned it from the Jews. So the Jews taught them about lending money and about the money system. So they came up with, okay, you give me collateral, something a value that I can hold, and I will give you money. I will support whatever it is that you're doing, and it'll be on credit, and then you pay me back. And if you default, then I keep your goods. So something along those lines. But it's a physical manifestation of energy, um, in my point of view, and that it has an effect on so many different parts of our lives. Money can affect your career. Money can affect your health. Money can affect your relationships. We hear about people in marriage, they fight over money. And it can also affect your spirituality. So it's very, very important to understand money. And I'm going to try my best to explain it so in a way that I understand it, and hopefully it will help you and inspire you to make some changes to the flow of money in your life. Okay, so the sections that I've been going over, these are the foundation of all of us. These are areas when a person goes to a psychic, they usually want to know one or more, what's happening in one or more of these areas: relationships, health, money, career, spirituality. See, I found it in my notes. And it's the foundation of everything that goes on in our life. And they interconnect, yes, they are woven together. So a lot of times, if you see, oh my gosh, my relationships are crappy, it's just really horrible, and you start deep diving into that, and you do a lot of shadow work, you do a lot of magic, you can make some definite improvements, and at the same time, you might find that your health improves because, I mean, you think about being involved in a relationship, a toxic relationship, that can cause a lot of anxiety and stress, which can cause a lot of health issues. And then relationships in careers. Say the husband has this incredible job offer, but it's in New York and you're living in Texas. How is that going to affect your relationship? There's going to be a struggle, but the wife may say, my family is here and we've got children and they're already rooted here, all their friends are here, the school is here, and all this, so on and so forth. So uprooting the family, or at least the wife, will be very, very stressful. So there's a problem. Problems will surface in the relationship. So if you focus on healing the relationships, then it'll make it easier to work out the career because you're communicating better if the relationship is healed. Okay. So the root cause of problems in one area can cause problems in one or more of the other areas. So money definitely affects many areas. And I hope to stay in balance. I'm a Libra. I love balance, so I'm going to try and stay in balance with each part, each area, and I'm hoping that that will accelerate the healing process. I want the healing and results, bringing the results that I'm looking for in my life by working on all of the areas at the same, basically the same time, touching on each one. Now you might think, well, you're spreading your energy out, but if they're interconnected, if they affect each other, then it's not spreading out so much, at least in my view. I feel it's all working together. So that's the way I'm going anyway. I want to touch on each area. Okay, so in this section of my life, I am going to be exploring ways and areas and things that I can do to change how I think about money. So this is the mental aspect of it, and I feel very strongly that not only do we need to change the mind, how we perceive money and how we view people with money. You know, rich people are snobs, they are mean and evil and all the stuff that we've been programmed with. And also in my family history, which I feel is passed down through DNA, so it's important to take a look at this. Come from a long line of very religious people. Oh, woe is me, I need to sacrifice. I need to be poor in order to be spiritual, in order for God to love me, in order for me to be acceptable to God. I have to deny myself money and luxury and things like that because those are unholy, those are of the devil, and you need to be in the world and not of it. Which, just a side note, I believe being in the world and not of it, it has to do with being attached. Attachment is where we get messed up. So the love of money is the root of all evil. The love, that's, and the word love they're using there is attachment. So if I'm so attached to money, I'm willing to kill somebody or rob a bank or deny somebody of their property, of their what is valuable to them. If I'm willing to go that far, then I'm attached to money. I need to work on that so I'm not attached to money, that I'm using money as just a flow of energy for not just survival, but yes, my basic needs, but also to enjoy life. There's nothing wrong with having nice things in our life to enjoy life. There's nothing wrong with having a nice car. There's nothing spiritually advantageous to having a terrible car that you're struggling with to keep on the road so you can get to work, so you can make minimum wage to barely make pay your bills and whatnot. So it's important to understand this is a flow of energy, and a lot of people, when you look at their financial situation, it's a reflection of how well they love themselves. So, but ancestry does have a part of it, I believe, because it's passed down. And in my family line, on one side, very strong German, Dutch, as well as Prussian. So there's Eastern European influence. They are very religious, very dogmatic, I guess you could say, fanatic, radicalized, I guess is a big term these days. And so I feel I need to deal with that and heal that, not to ignore it, although it very well could heal itself. But I want to be aware of it. I want to bring healing to my family line for poverty, having to be impoverished in order to be spiritual, which is basically a load of crap. If you look at the Buddha, all of his needs were met, even though he didn't have a job, he didn't have fancy anything. Once he became enlightened, he let go of all of that, and he was supported. The universe supported him. All of his needs were met. Jesus, same thing. All of his needs were met. He didn't need to have a job. He didn't need to have fancy things. And I'm not at that level of enlightenment, but I can learn from it. I can learn from what Jesus, the life of Jesus, and I believe Jesus exists. I don't know if he was so fantastical that because the story could have very well have been blown out of proportion to create a system, a religion that it helps those elites, I guess you could call them, those higher up people who want to control people. And it's a great way. Religion is a great way to control people and control how they think, and harness that power of controlling other people's opinions. Okay, let's see. Okay, there are some rules, quotes, and I put them in quotes because rules a lot of times can be bent, can be broken, can be changed. And a lot of rules depend on you and your subconscious thoughts, your beliefs. And so that's why I put that in quotes, because rules can be bent and changed. I hesitate in using the word law because and I believe there are some laws, some things that it's just this is the way it is. But I think we also have rules because of our beliefs. The beliefs can really be restrictive, and we totally miss how we can be more powerful. Okay, so the rules. One of the rules, number one rule is not asking, not requesting. Do not request, do not ask. And the reason why I say that, when you put a request out, oftentimes I say a request. It's like placing your order. That's the way I look at it. Placing the order for what it is, like with a catalog. You go into Amazon, you say, I want this, and you place the order and you put in the payment, and it comes in the mail. So that's the mindset that I go with, is that I am placing, I just got a text. I don't know if you heard that or not, but I just got a text from my manager. Okay, never mind. But you're putting in a request or an order in for your what it is that you want to manifest and bring into your life, that you want to experience. Okay, so rule number one is don't ask like, please, please, can I have this? I really want this. Can I please? Because you're putting yourself in a place of submissive. So the beliefs of I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it, all of that starts kicking in as soon as you start begging and making a request. Please let this happen. Please, I want this so bad. Okay, so, but on the other hand, you don't want to act like I'm the God's gift to witches here. I'm the God's gift to witches. So, universe, snap to it. Give it to me now. That kind of attitude is not going to get you what you want, because that also kicks in those toxic beliefs about who you are. and you're triggering those beliefs, and you'll get exactly what you deserve. So the saying, "Be careful what you wish for," right? You're gonna get exactly what you deserve. You say, "All right, universe, bring it," because I order it because it's what I want. That is called what I call arrogance. So you want to avoid being arrogant and you want to avoid being submissive. You want to be in a place of confidence. You can be humble and you can be confident. You can be powerful. You can be strong and still be humble at the same time. A lot of people think that they have to be hateful to be strong and stand up for their rights. And that's not it. That they're still standing in their fear, and that's why they're protesting, and that's why they're being so hateful, because they're afraid they're not going to get what they want, which is a change, whatever change, whether it's political or societal change in mental attitude. So no matter where you are, whether you're doing something that's you believe is for the good of all, or if you believe that and it can be on both sides. So a white supremacist believes that ridding the world of all African descent people is a good thing. Okay? Now, most of us believe and understand that that's not what we want. That's not good. That's not love. But they are powerful because they believe in it. But they will get what they deserve. And if they are harnessing and keeping this arrogant attitude, they will fall. Okay. So let's see. Oh, something else I want to mention is that there are people who say, okay, your affirmations, your requests, your magic, your spells need to be for what you want. So if you want a new car, you need to ask for a new car. You need to put in the request for a new car. And that works. That does work. I've done that, and I've manifested a new car, well, new to me. And it was exactly what I needed at the time. And so you can do that. That is a very logical way of doing it, because if you're putting out there for more money, then the universe might have difficulty getting money to you because of your beliefs. But if you ask for the car, you, for some reason in your mind, you can accept a gift of a car, or you can accept something, some sort of way of bringing a car to you into your life, one way or another. So that is very good, but I've also had excellent luck, and I put it in quotes because I believe I made it happen. But I had excellent luck with just manifesting money. And I can go over the details of that in another video. I think we're running out of time. So, okay, let's move into the next section, which is money is the physical manifestation of energy. And like other areas of our lives, the flow of money can be improved when we change a few things within ourselves. So you can change your mental attitude, which is good. So you have an idea of what kind of income you want, and you have an idea of the kind of career that you want, and you're trying to. A lot of times a person will have an idea for a career, but it's not sustainable. It's not something that can pay the bills. So and a lot of people will end up giving up their dream in order to build a career that it will sustain them. And so what I'm saying is you put it out to the universe, and the universe will solve that problem. But at the same time, you have to change your mental attitude, your perception, which comes from your toxic beliefs about money. So the money in your life is a physical manifestation of that kind of energy of your toxic beliefs. And I think I'm starting to ramble. Let's focus. So the flow of money can be improved by changing a few things within ourselves, and that goes with shadow work. It goes into shadow work. So you change the way you feel about yourself, and you'll see your money flow change. But I want to say that for me, anyway, to have the thought, the idea of something like, say, improving my health, okay, I kind of know, well, I shouldn't say kind of, I know how to make my life, my body healthier. I know to eat what I need to eat. I have some food sensitivities, so I know what food to avoid, and I know what foods make me feel good and help me to heal. So I can focus on those things. I have the idea in my mind, but for me especially, I have to have it written down in a plan so that it's for me it's structure because I'm not very organized. If I have it down on paper, where and I know how I need it written down. I know how I need it to be organized in order for me to work with it. And I'll show you with when I share my budget, because I do my budget different from what I was taught in school. And my boyfriend has a bachelor's degree in business, and he has a very elaborate spreadsheet, multiple spreadsheets on all sorts of different things. For him to do the budget, his budget takes him hours, and I can't handle that. I can't handle that. So he tried to share with me his system for tracking his credit cards and the interest and the minimum payments and the payments he's actually putting in it and stuff like that. And my eyes glazed over, and it took me an hour just to update it. And I can't do that. It's too much time focused on something that I'm really not excited about, and just can't do it. He loves it. It helps him to be organized. He's a Taurus, and he's very organized. So it works for him, but it doesn't work for me. I have a different system. It's much simpler for me, and but it's different. So I'll share those and I'll compare it to what I was taught in school and what Skip uses, which is just common, what everybody uses, except me. And then you can develop your own that works for you. Okay. So, saying your positive affirmations over and over generally will not work if you have toxic beliefs in the way. So those toxic beliefs have to be surfaced, which is your shadow work. And once you surface them, you can heal them and better understand it. So when something happens and you feel those toxic beliefs engaging, you can recognize it right away and you can neutralize it so that you can go back to being objective about what's really happening by being in the present moment, by being in spirit. Then you can see what's really happening, not what your ego wants you to believe is happening. So that's very important in making physical changes. That's what I want to get to, making physical changes. So like with my health, I know what I need to do. I've surfaced a lot of stuff from my past, my toxic beliefs about that affect my health, but I need a plan. So exercise workout regimen needs to be written down, and I need to fill it out every day, what I did, so I can keep track, so I can look over it. How well am I on target? How well am I doing? And seeing that written down and seeing my progress really boosts my dopamine. And that I think is scientific too. So when you write things down and you see your progress, it does boost your dopamine and it makes you feel good, makes you feel motivated to continue. And that helps me a lot. So I'm going to have to do a physical writing down of a plan for money. And I've already done that with a budget that I've been keeping for years, starting when I went through the self-mastery program with my teacher. And I noticed that I worried about money all the time. All the time. It just gnawed at me and just sucked the life out of me. I was always worrying about money. Once I created my budget that I put together and it works for me, every time I looked at it, the worry went away. And I noticed that even if I saw in my budget that I was going to go in the red, that I was going to be insufficient funds in my account, I knew exactly when it was going to come back up, and I felt good. I felt okay about it. I knew what was happening and what was going to happen and when it was going to come back into the to black again, and what I was going to do to prevent that from happening and what I could do. And there's some really magical things as far as making requests, putting in your requests. And I'm saying request in the form of placing an order, like with Amazon. You don't go, please, Amazon, and you don't, Amazon, do it now, give it to me. You don't order them to do it. You work with them. They're a system. So my system is working with their system. I'm putting in my payment um, system, the payment that I'm going to use to pay for the item, and I tell them this is what I want. Now you hold up your end of the deal by sending it to me, and so I can use my budget for that, and I'll show you how I do that. It's very cool. So I put in what I want and the amount it's going to cost, and I work out a plan of saving money to get to that goal. So it's very powerful and it really works very well. So I'm going to wrap it up, you guys, and that's the foundation. We're going to get deep into money and what I'm doing to make it better, because I've done some things. It's so cool. I've been really successful in bringing in like $1,000 to $3,000 to show up in my life, and I said, you know what? That's great and everything, but let's boost the income, and I did that, and I've basically universe gave me a raise, and it's awesome. So I want to share all that with you, and hopefully it'll help you in some way, stimulate you, give you ideas. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you are warm, and in other places in the world, I hope you're not too hot. Stay cool. So I'm going to wrap it up. Love you guys. I will talk to you next week. Blessed be.